Hi, we're Dan and Mary Buckley here with our dog, Fritz McGee. We just retired, bought a camper, and now we're on a great adventure to see our wonderful country.
It's time to head north up through the Icefields Parkway. Bow Lake. It's a little frozen though. A little early in the year. Picking old Munchkin up. Trying to get him to get out and do his duty. Little snowpack road trying to get up there. Yeah, good thing I wore my hiking shoes. A lot of people having problems wearing little tennis shoes. Well, I think we're almost there. That was a steep hill and a lot of ice and snow. A lot of people falling wearing old tennis shoes. I'm glad I got my hiking boots on. This is Pato Lake. Very beautiful lake up in the mountains here in the Icefield Parkway. Has that same color as Lake Louise, being fed from the glaciers. Well, this is a catastrophe waiting to happen. Well, looks like somebody took the time to try to make a few little bitty snowmen along the path. Some of them look like they've fallen over, but there's quite a few of them here. Hey, this is a little stop off the side of the Icefields Parkway, Waterfowl Lake, and we're treated to one little waterfowl, to a duck out there. This doesn't have that great color that Pato Lake has, but man, this is
so beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful, peaceful, mountains surrounding. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is called the Weeping Wall. Of course, you can see got a lot of different small waterfalls coming down. This is the Bridal Veil Falls. I'm not going to hike down there, but you can actually see, if you're at the right angle, it starts all the way up the top, and you can see the whole falls coming down. As we are traveling north on the Icefield Parkway, we eventually reach a point where a place called the Columbia Icefield. This is a very popular area, as you can see a number of glaciers. The one that's most popular though is the Athabasca Glacier. You can hike out to this glacier or take one of the trams which will take you up onto the glacier, and then you can walk on it. Another visible glacier is called the Dome Glacier, which is center screen. This here is Tangle Creek Falls. A little better shot. The Sunwapta Falls. These falls come through down the mountains into this large canyon. The noise of these falls is almost deafening. The Athabasca Falls. These falls remind me and even look like the Niagara Falls. There is a tremendous amount of water that comes over this, and the noise here again is deafening. So we are currently at a place called Whistler's Campground. This is in Alberta, Jasper National Park. It's just maybe a mile or two south of Jasper is where we're at. We got a slot here for a few days. There's a lot of stuff that's not open around here. Campgrounds, some of the hikes, some various activities that have been closed down this year. But the reason why, they had a massive forest fire in this area. As we were driving up about 20 miles before we even got here, we saw evidence of the forest fire on both sides of the road, all the way to here. I don't know how far north it goes out, but it really got burnt up. You can see how much devastation. It burnt just about every tree in this campground. They have done a lot of work to get this place ready. This fire happened last year, so they have done a lot of work to get this campground here at least ready where people can come camp. If all these trees are burnt down, they've cut them down. You, of course, don't want them falling on anybody. This site here, on this side of the campground, this is all unserviced sites, so we don't have any electric or water or anything like that here. You can go, they got faucets here where you can get water, but we don't have it at our site. And it's been cloudy. It's been cloudy now for a week, and it's supposed to be cloudy for another week. But I got my portable solar here, trying to capture a little bit of extra energy so that I don't have to break out the generator. Hey Fritzy, what are you doing, buddy? Huh? You ready to take a trip later on? So we're heading out right now, going a little scenic drive, going to go see or go by this lake called Medicine Lake, and then our ultimate goal or finish will be a lake called Malign Lake, which is supposed to be really beautiful. Both of them are supposed to be beautiful, but Malign Lake is supposed to be a really beautiful lake with a lot of mountains surrounding it. So it's about a half hour getting there, and nice little drive, and we'll see what we see when we get there.
Sounds good to me.
This here is Medicine Lake. Gorgeous looking lake. There's a little black bear here walking along the shoreline.
It's right in front of us if we just hold on tight.
Geez, hello from
Malign Lake.
Malign Lake.
Yep, Alberta.
We are dreamers of the shore.
Here is an overlook of the Jasper Valley. You can see the amount of devastation that fire caused. I bet before the fire that this was a gorgeous view, but now it looks pretty desolate. You see these trailer communities all over Jasper. Some of them are for displaced people who lost their homes during the fire, but most of them are for the workers. There are so many workers here that are currently rebuilding the city of Jasper and the surrounding communities and the park, trying to get things back to normal.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning. We finally seen the sun today. It's been 5 days.
See? We had to pull the shade even.
Yeah, we haven't seen the sun for 5 days. Anyway, Benjit was so nice out, got out and got a little bit of breakfast here. Potatoes, fried potatoes at that. Bacon, eggs, biscuits.
Sounds good to me.
And it's time to eat. This hike is called Edge of the Earth, or Edge of the World. Forget which. One of the two. Edge of the World, I think it's called. You'll probably see once I get up here why they call it that. One thing that's a little concerning at this point, though, is I'm walking through the burnt area where the forest fire was at, and just saw a sign, of course, talking about caution of falling trees because they're all burnt up. Well, I think we're about there. I can kind of see the end, what looks to be the end anyway. Boy, this is burnt up big time. So right here looks to be about the end, if I remember right, by looking on the some of the YouTube videos that was shown right here on this rock here. And should be getting a fantastic view of Jasper National Park. And yes, we do. This is quite the view. It's also quite the drop. So I'll keep myself at a safe distance. You can see the river. There's the campground actually right down there. You can see it where we're at. Jasper. See the town of Jasper. Mountains surrounding the whole area. I can see why they call this Edge of the Earth, Edge of the World. I'll get it right. See if I can get a selfie here. Okay, time to head back. That was a quick walk, good view. It was worth it. Here to give you a little idea of what the walk is like. Nothing strenuous, easy little walk. Oh, by the way, I remembered it. So I checked my All Trails map. This is called Edge of the World Trail. So this here is technically part of the trail, even though you're walking on the side of the road, because you can't park right where the trail's at. You have to park a little ways away. But here is a really nice view of the mountaintops and snow-capped mountains.
Dan's making sure our electricity keeps going here. Batteries are fully charged.
Well, I think we're going to call this episode. We spend time in Jasper National Park. We didn't go to a place I wanted to go to because the weather was so bad in Banff. I wanted to go to a place in between Banff and Jasper National Park, a place called Abraham Lake. But the weather was so bad, and one of the reasons going there mainly was to do this hike. But no, I didn't want to get up in that altitude because you could see what was going on up there. So we cut that off and went straight to Jasper National Park. Whistler's Campground is where we stayed. Gorgeous campground, beautiful campground.
It would have actually been pretty if all the trees were there.
Except for one thing, they had a fire last year, and that place was devastated.
It burned so much woods, and then it burned like 30% of the town.
They had people in there building temporary housing for people. They had trailers there, temporary housing for the people, workers and people who lost their houses.
I think the thing that amazed me was so many people got together to rebuild, and when you drive by, you'd see people busy, putting houses back together, or businesses or whatnot, and that's nice to see.
So we didn't get to do a whole lot. I had some hikes planned. Everything was closed off because of the fire. They had a couple of the hikes I wanted to do. That whole area was closed off. I was only able to do one little bitty hike, about a half-mile hike. It was pretty nice, but that was all I was able to do to get out and do. So, but we did get out and take the scenic drive down to Medicine Lake and to Malign Lake.
Yeah.
And that was
Those
beautiful.
Those are really pretty lakes,
Yes. gorgeous lakes, kind of like Lake Louise, but didn't have that color, yet it was surrounded by mountain peaks and very beautiful area.
Plus, when we left Banff, on the way from Banff to Jasper, we stopped at all kinds of waterfalls and glaciers and
Yep.
everything in between.
Oh, yeah,
so,
we went up to Icefields Parkway.
Yeah.
Yes. Saw a lot of things going up.
And at the camp, they had elk roaming around on the camp all the time. And what's funny is, this biker decides he's going to stop and gawk at them, and the elk didn't appreciate it. And elk apparently could be very aggressive, and especially now because a lot of cows are having their babies. And anyway, the elk started going after him, and he just kind of, puffed up and took a few steps, like, come on, buddy, And the guy's like, oh, I'm out of here, Takes off on his bike, and then the elk just went back to doing what he was doing.
So it was a good time. We enjoyed ourselves, even though the massive fire, but we didn't enjoy
our sight.
Oh yeah, our site, because I did a Google Maps and they showed the fire and everything. I had to change sites because we arose a few days earlier, and I was able to reserve this one site, and we were the only site there that had trees around our site on both sides for shade. Everybody else was parked out in the wide open, so that was nice. I was able to get that, and I really appreciate being able to switch the campsites and get a better campsite, really.
I think if you're free wood, you can just go pick it up, and they dump big old trucks full of it, and they just go over and pick it up.
Yeah. So we're done with Jasper. We're heading north again. Of course, we're going to be heading north for a long time. We're getting ready to go to the next big thing. We're going to hit that up hopefully today or tomorrow. That'll be on the next episode, but our next big event is coming up today or tomorrow, and we'll see that in the next episode. But for now, we're going to sign off. And remember, get out
And get going. Thank you, Jasper.